The word failure carries a weight that crushes most men. It sounds like an ending. It sounds like a judgment. It sounds like the death of an empire. When a business collapses, when a marriage ends, or when a market crash wipes out a decade of gains, the natural human response is to lament. We cry out to the universe, "Why me? Why now? What did I do to deserve this?" But the man seeking total dominion does not lament. He does not ask, why? He looks at the wreckage of his plans and says 2 words. Amor Fati, love your fate. This is not a passive acceptance of defeat. This is not coping. The Amor Fati protocol is an aggressive, alchemical transformation of reality. It is the ability to take the lead of your failures and turn them into the gold of your future sovereignty. Today, we are diving deep into the most difficult Stoic discipline of all. This is how you learn to love the fire that burns your house down. This is the Dominion Thesis. Section 1. The Alchemist's Mindset. The term Amor Fati was popularized by Friedrich Nietzsche, but its roots are purely Stoic. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." Think about that metaphor. A small candle is extinguished by a gust of wind, but a massive forest fire uses that same wind to grow 10 times larger. Most people are candles. They need perfect conditions to stay lit. The man of dominion is a forest fire. To him, a failure is just more fuel. When you apply the Amor Fati protocol, you stop viewing events as good or bad. You view them as raw material. If you lose your job, that is the raw material for a new business. If you lose a partner, that is the raw material for a stronger character. You don't just deal with your fate. You love it because it is exactly what you need to become the next version of yourself. Section 2. The Stoic Laboratory. Failure is the only place where true data exists. When you are winning, you are often blinded by your own ego. You think your success is entirely due to your brilliance, ignoring the role of luck and timing. But when you fail, the veil is lifted. The Amor Fati protocol treats failure as a high-pressure laboratory. It forces you to look at the structural weaknesses in your strategy. Was your business model fragile? Were you over-leveraged? Did you trust the wrong person? The market crash of 2026 isn't a disaster, it's a stress test. The people who love the crash are the ones who realize it is exposing the truth. If your empire can be destroyed by a market shift, it wasn't an empire, it was a house of cards. Love the fact that the wind blew it down now, rather than 10 years from now, when you had even more to lose. Section 3. Beyond acceptance, Nietzsche's vitalism. Acceptance is a low-energy state. It is the fine, I guess this happened mindset. Dominion requires high-energy vitalism. Nietzsche argued that to truly live, you must want nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity. This means you wouldn't even change the worst things that ever happened to you. Why? Because those events are the stitches that hold the fabric of your soul together. If you remove the failure of your 20s, you remove the wisdom of your 30s. The Amor Fati protocol requires you to look at your scars and see them as medals. You are the sum total of every battle you lost. When you truly love your fate, you become invincible. Because how can you defeat a man who gains power from losing? If you try to bankrupt him, he loves the chance to start again with more wisdom. If you try to slander him, he loves the chance to practice silence. Section 4. The 2026 Context. The Forge of History. We are moving into a period of extreme global instability. Real estate, currency, and social structures are all under pressure. The average man will look at 2026 and see a failure of the system. The Dominion leader looks at 2026 and sees the forge of history. Steel is not made by sitting in a cool room. It is made by being hammered, heated, and quenched. Every financial setback you face in the coming years is a strike of the hammer. If you resist the hammer, you break. If you love the hammer, you become the blade. You must proactively seek the lessons in the chaos. Ask yourself, how is this crisis exactly what I need to prove my discipline? When you frame reality this way, you move from the hustle to sovereignty. Section 5. The 24-hour protocol. How do you practice this in real life? Use the 24-hour rule. When a failure occurs, allow yourself the human reaction for exactly 60 seconds. Feel the shock. Feel the anger. Then, immediately pivot to the Amor Fati protocol. Within 24 hours, you must write down 3 ways this disaster is a strategic necessity. Maybe it's a forced pivot into a more profitable niche. Maybe it's the end of a relationship that was secretly holding you back. By documenting the love for your fate within 24 hours, you prevent the cancer of victimhood from taking root. Victims ask, why me? Sovereigns ask, how is this for me? The difference in that one word, why versus how, is the difference between poverty and dominion. Section 6. Rewriting the narrative. Your life is a story, and you are the author. In most stories, the protagonist faces a massive setback in the second act. If the protagonist just gives up, the story is a tragedy. If the protagonist uses the setback to transform, the story is an epic. The Amor Fati protocol is the act of rewriting your narrative in real time. You are currently in the middle of your own epic. The failure you are experiencing right now is just the inciting incident for your greatest comeback. When you love the failure, you give yourself the permission to be the hero. Stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start seeing yourself as a character in a masterpiece. The more difficult the chapter, the more satisfying the ending. Section 7. The Unbreakable Man. The ultimate goal of the Dominion Thesis is to become antifragile. Fragile things break under stress. Robust things resist stress. Antifragile things improve under stress. The Amor Fati protocol is the mindset of the antifragile. By loving your failures, you ensure that every attempt to destroy you only makes you more dangerous. You become a black swan in the market. While others are hedging their bets and playing it safe, you are moving with the confidence of someone who cannot lose. Because even if you lose, you win a lesson, a scar, and a new strategy. This is the secret of the world's most powerful families and leaders. They don't avoid the storm. They own the storm. Section 8. Conclusion. As we close our first week of the Dominion Thesis, I want you to look at your life. Find the one failure you are still carrying with you, the one that still makes you feel ashamed or angry. Apply the Amor Fati protocol to it right now. Stop wishing it didn't happen. Start being grateful that it did. Love the version of yourself that survived it. Love the wisdom you gained from it. And as we move into the chaos of 2026, keep that fire burning. The world will try to throw you into the pit. Let it. You will just learn how to climb. Stay sovereign. Stay unshakable. This is the Dominion Thesis.